You could lose hundreds of thousands of dollars by making the responsible choice. Nobody tells you that. They just tell you to buy a house. From the time you're a kid, you hear the same thing. Rent is throwing money away. Repeat it enough times and it starts sounding like gravity, like it's a law of nature. Look, that sentence has probably cost people more money than almost any bad financial advice in history. Not because buying is bad, because buying at the wrong time can quietly trap your future.
Think about it. A house isn't just a home.
It's an emotional decision, wearing a financial costume. We don't buy houses because spreadsheets tell us to. We buy because we want stability.
Pride. A backyard.
A place nobody can kick us out of. Those are real feelings.
They matter.
But feelings don't cancel math. And math doesn't care how badly you want granite countertops.
Let's be real.
The question isn't should you rent or buy. The real question is, which one gives future you more freedom? That's the question almost nobody asks. Honestly, people treat homeownership like graduation. Like once you get the keys, you've officially won adulthood. Banks love that story. Realtors love that story. Society loves that story. Because nobody talks about what comes after the celebration.
The roof leaks. The water heater dies.
Property taxes rise. Insurance gets more expensive. The lawn suddenly becomes your weekend job.
Renters complain once a month.
Homeowners sometimes get surprised with a bill bigger than their vacation budget. Neither life is perfect.
Both cost money.
The mistake is pretending only one has trade-offs.
Money is emotional.
Nobody wants to feel left behind while friends post pictures with house keys online. But comparison has emptied more bank accounts than inflation ever could.
Alright,
time for the part nobody enjoys. But this changes everything. Imagine a $400,000 home.
20% down.
That's $80,000 before you've even moved a couch inside. Add closing costs,
maintenance,
property taxes,
insurance, repairs.
Suddenly your investment starts asking for money every month like it's another child.
Now picture something else.
You rent a place that's a little cheaper.
Not glamorous, just good enough.
Instead of pouring every spare dollar into the house, you consistently invest the difference.
Month after month.
Year after year. Assuming roughly a 10% average annual stock market return over the long run, even a few $100s invested every month can grow into hundreds of thousands over a few decades. Read that again in your head. Hundreds of thousands. Not because you found some magic investment, because time quietly did the heavy lifting. That's what people miss. Compounding doesn't look impressive this month. It looks unbelievable 25 years later.
Think about it.
The biggest cost isn't always the mortgage payment.
It's the opportunity cost.
The money you never allowed to grow because every dollar was glued to your house. Houses can absolutely build wealth, but they aren't magic. They don't guarantee good returns.
Markets cool.
Neighborhoods change. Repairs show up at the worst possible moment. Look, your house can make you wealthy, or it can make you house rich and cash poor. Those are not the same life. Freedom isn't measured by square footage. It's measured by how many choices your money gives you. So, what's the answer?
Rent forever? Buy tomorrow? Neither.
Buy when your finances are strong enough that the house serves you, not the other way around.
Before buying, ask 4 questions. Number 1.
Could you comfortably afford the payment even if life got messy for 6 months?
Number 2.
Do you have an emergency fund after paying the down payment?
Not before, after. Number 3.
Will you stay there long enough to spread out the buying and selling costs?
Number 4.
Are you buying because you're ready, or because everyone else already did? Honestly, renting isn't failure. Sometimes renting is buying yourself flexibility. Flexibility lets you change jobs,
move cities, start a business,
take risks, and sometimes buying is exactly the right move, especially when you can comfortably afford it and plan to stay for years. The point isn't choosing a team. The point is choosing freedom. Look, if money feels stressful, you're not broken. Housing is one of the biggest financial decisions anyone makes. It's supposed to feel heavy. Don't let strangers shame you for renting. Don't let strangers pressure you into buying. They won't be paying your mortgage. Personal finance isn't about winning arguments online. It's about buying back your time,
your peace,
your ability to say yes to opportunities and no to panic. Maybe your next step is saving another 6 months. Maybe it's investing before upgrading your lifestyle. Maybe it's buying a smaller home than your ego wanted. Small decisions repeated for years beat one emotional decision made in a weekend.
Every single time. Think about it.
20 years from now, nobody will care whether you rented for a few extra years. They'll care whether you built a life where money stopped making every decision for you. That's the real finish line. Not owning the biggest house. Owning your own time.
Fade out.